Democratic Institutions.
Speaker, I thank the honourable member for his question and his sense of humour, and I'd also like to thank the tens of thousands of Canadians who have already participated in mydemocracy.ca. Mr. Speaker, this initiative is about empowering as many Canadians as possible to be part of this conversation. I encourage all Canadians and all members of this House to do so.
The honourable member for Skeena, Bulkley Valley.
Mr. Speaker, watching the Liberals' electoral reform process is like watching that bus in Montreal slowly sliding down the icy hill, mesmerizing disaster in slow motion. After just one day, the minister's electoral reform survey turned into a dumpster fire on social media. Pollsters like Mario Canseco at Insights West said, I quote, "I've seen cosmopolitan quizzes that were better designed. Bad questionnaire equals unusable data." So I've got a question for the minister, inspired by her own survey. Does she believe seats in Parliament should be allocated based on popular vote or based on the outcome of rock, paper, scissors?
Order. The Honourable Minister of Democratic Institutions.
Mr. Speaker, we are pleased that so many Canadians are involved in mydemocracy.ca and engaging with the questions. Here's what Cliff, the CEO of this Canadian company who created My Democracy, had to say. We worked with an advisory panel.
Order. Order. I know that members are enjoying the humor in today's question period. We need to hear the questions, and we need to hear the answers, and we don't need to hear anybody else when they haven't got the floor. So let's show a little respect for each other here, or at least for this place. The Honourable Minister of Democratic Institutions. Order.
Mr. Speaker, I think we can all agree that we are proud of Canadian scientists. We work with an advisory panel of prominent scholars in areas such as research design, survey methodology, and electoral politics. We developed a survey that drew from existing literature on electoral reform in Canada and tried to identify various values.
The Honourable Member for Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston.
Mr. Speaker, last Friday the Prime Minister described the mydemocracy.ca survey in the Toronto Star as, quote, a fun little questionnaire. Well, he was so right. Based on your responses, the website groups you as a guardian, a challenger, a cooperator, a fossil, or a snowflake. I found that I'm a unicorn. The shared values of unicorns include rainbows, sparkles, and ranked ballot. My question to the minister is this. Will she now share with Canadians the identities of the academics who advised the Liberals to model their survey on the sorting hat at Hogwarts?
Order. We're losing time. I know members are enjoying question period. They wouldn't want it to be shorter today with all this fun they're having. The Honourable Minister of Democratic Institutions.
Mr. Speaker, it appears the member opposite has gone to mydemocracy.com and not mydemocracy.ca. I encourage him to go back to the website. Mr. Speaker, this questionnaire is about reaching out to those Canadians who are not engaged in this conversation. This engagement initiative is about hearing from as many voices as possible before we make a decision. Mr. Speaker, surely we can all agree that it's a good idea to hear from more people.
Stop calling you Shirley. The Honourable Member for Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston.
Well, don't blame me for going to the wrong website, Mr. Speaker. They only registered mydemocracy.ca with GoDaddy on October the 24th. Last Thursday, check that out, it's true. Last Thursday, the minister said the committee ducked its responsibilities because it didn't recommend a particular electoral system. Why then doesn't her survey contain any questions about any particular electoral system? Doesn't this just mean that when the responses are all counted, the minister will be lecturing Canadians about how they too ducked the hard choices and failed?